Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of Limitless Borders, a show that I created to highlight border crossing from one country to the next. Today's video we're crossing the border from Armenia into Iran, a country that I always wanted to visit. But unfortunately this episode is not going to be the way how I visualized Limitless Borders show. How we will be highlighting that transitioning, moving from one country to the next. The reason B is because where I am right now on this border is fortified. There's a lot of immigration officers, soldiers, patrol officers everywhere, and also fences and cameras. And I know that carrying a camera, walking around, crossing borders is a no-go. So I'm gonna see how I can document this trip, make it also entertaining, but at the same time make it educational, because some of the people who are watching this video right now are really curious about what I have done also in crossing this border and obtaining the Iranian visa and all that. I'll speak about all this at the very end of the video, so stick around. But currently I am in a guest house here in Agarak. Agarak is a small town bordering Iran, and I believe the next village or town in Iran is called Norduz, I think. And yeah, that's today's video, and by the way I'll be crossing it on foot. But just before I hit the road, look at this for a cool, this is my room, by the way. And over there, this in the distance is Iran, and there are fences there, and this is the immigration office for Armenia. Look how beautiful this border is. So beautiful here. Look at those mountains. So yeah, I'm gonna go around and walk down below all the way, and the entrance of the border somewhere there. As I mentioned, this is going to be a tough border crossing, really, to document at least. I'm not sure what to expect through immigration process. We'll also speak about this at the very end of the video, or probably through it. But also in this border crossing, and the idea and the goal today is, when I arrive to Iran, the final destination is going to be Tabriz. But to get to Tabriz from here is also quite challenging, and the reason B is, after crossing this border, I think there's another town that I have to arrive to be able to grab probably a shared taxi or a bus or a train, I don't know. And that town, oh my god, what's the name of it? Julfa. Julfa town is a bordering town also between Iran and Azerbaijan. Cameras are not welcome as well there. So you can see the way how documenting this journey is going to be extremely challenging. But I think once I exit that parts here and over there, it should be a smooth ride onwards all the way to Tabriz. I think we'll see what happens. I'll do my best to document this trip. Stick around, because this is going to be challenging for both sides. Yeah. The walk to Iran begins. I'm on my way to the border now. It's probably about 1 kilometer away. Walk. Officially out of Armenia. Right now I'm walking on the bridge. My god, man, you gotta see this view. It's incredible. The Friendship Bridge connecting both countries. Officially no man's land. I can't look at the camera because man, I'm being eyeballed from this side all the way to backwards. And the views are absolutely stunning. It took a few minutes to cross the border, but I am officially out of Armenia and heading right now into Iran. Oh, stop. Officially in Iran. Made it through. It's not the footage that I was really hoping to share after the last one on the bridge, but it was a bit daunting, needless to say. Not so much. It actually wasn't so bad, but I cannot vlog while at the border, as I mentioned. But right crossing the border into Iran and finally arriving outside the gate and officially being inside Iran, I met this gentleman here, and he is going to Tabriz, and I was like, cool, me too. So he's not a taxi driver, but I will, of course, you know, we spoke about a deal as well. It's all good, but it made it much easier as well. Now all the way to Tabriz from the border worked out absolutely perfect. I will speak more about the border crossing later on, but right now you gotta see this view, man. It's ridiculous. Look at that. This is Iran.
Yes, yes.
It's very beautiful. Oh my God. Over this side here. Wow. We're officially through. Let the journey of Iran begins today.
That is okay.
I love it. All the way to Tabriz. Over here on the far side, all this here, there's a river running. And on the far side, those mountains in the back there. Over this side here, these mountains, all this here is Azerbaijan. And there's, like, you can see, like, there's a fence in the far distance, and also there are a lot of like watchtowers all along this the region. This is the border where the whole road is built between the both borders. Well, on the Iranian side, of course. And you can see the river is just there. That's separating the two countries.
Name is Ordubad.
Ordubad?
Oh yes, Ordubad.
Ordubad is Azerbaijan.
Yes, Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
Ordubad.
It's a, I think it's a region?
Yes.
It's the region. It's the region. It's called Ordubad. Here, crossing this, just like you're looking at it, you know? So I'm looking at Azerbaijan. I came out from Armenia into Iran, driving all the way now to Tabriz on this road, and now we're facing, look at this watchtower in the far distance there. Now clearly I am very comfortable using the camera while I'm in the car, but if they know I'm using it, they're not very happy. I know. I know. All the way to Tabriz, let's go!
Yes, let's go.
Made it to Tabriz, and I got dropped off by the driver that you met earlier, right exactly where I wanted to be. And just the moment I opened the door about to leave, he looks at me and he says, come back to my home for lunch. I am hungry. And there is something about Iran that I already know, and that is something called ta'aruf. And that is something that you're gonna hear me in other videos saying it a lot. The Iranian people are famous for their generosity and of course also for their hospitality. And ta'aruf means is you don't, they do it based on like the way how their mentality is. You're a guest, you're invited. It's not necessarily they mean it in a way, but I'll get to it in a second. Hello. Salam.
Salam.
How are you?
Thank you.
Salam.
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 This is my mom. This is my
Hello.
his family. His name is Yasna and my family.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Wow, this is your home.
Come on, sit down.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh wow, beautiful home you have.
Thank you very much. Are you okay?
Yes. As I was saying, I'll get to that explanation in a second, but I am still with the driver that picked me up straight from the border all the way here, and I'll tell the story also how I met him later on as well. But right now I am at his home from the border, from Armenia all the way to Tabriz here in Iran. I am it's an Iranian family's home.
Is it okay?
It's okay, okay for you?
Thank you very much. Welcome.
And we're about to have lunch now. We got served the food and it looks amazing actually. This is what we got. Chicken, this is chicken,
Yes, this is chicken.
tomato, rice,
Rice.
pickled flour,
Yes, flour.
and chicken. What's the orange here? Carrots? I think it's carrots. Looks amazing. Anyway, I'm not gonna continue vlogging, like, you know, I need to spend time with the locals here and just enjoy this, you know, immerse this experience for the first time here in Iran. I just entered the country. Oh my god. Food is amazing. Hospitality is amazing. I just arrived to Iran and this is the welcoming that I get, and I never complain about such a welcoming. Right now we're heading back to the car and get dropped off. I'll tell the story properly, I promise. There's a lot to talk about. Right, we are in a car park. Not sure why. I have no idea what to say. I have any clue. But I guess we'll see where this is gonna lead off to. This day is turning out to be nothing what I expected. We're up. We are here. Turns out to be a bazaar here, and according to what he's saying to me, this is an old bazaar. Yeah. Have a look. I don't know what to say, man. Everything is overwhelming. This is after all a first impression kind of thing for the whole country. Oh my lord. Wow. Here.
Big old market.
Big old market. Yeah, I heard the biggest bazaar in the world is here. Is this it? Well, it looks like it.
Very big. And to Asia.
The biggest in Asia?
Yes, Asia.
Alright, so the bazaar here in Tabriz, as you heard, is the biggest in Asia. Yeah, and it does look like it. This is not, I don't think this is going to be the official tour for the bazaar. This is like a probably a quick one. It's huge though. Wow. Look at the roof here. Class. Oh, look at this. All the spices there. Oh, it smells so good. I'm not sure what he's selling, but we'll investigate that another time. At the moment, what we're doing is just we're taking a walk in the bazaar. He's just showing me the bazaar here, and I think it's incredible. The bazaar, like you can't see the end of it. This is how long it is, and you just keep walking into like different alleys. It's huge, and pretty much you can get anything and everything that you want here. I've already seen spices, tea, clothes,
Carpets.
carpets.
Yes.
He's
Always garbage.
yes, sweets, food, whatever you need is pretty much here, and it is quite crowded. So the locals do actually come here.
Shoes, golden.
Shoes?
Yes, shoes.
Yeah, everything you need.
Yes,
And yeah, it's incredible, the design as well. I mean, guys, let's not forget Iran is part of the Silk Road. Business is serious here, and the way how the Iranian do business here is incredible. Hello.
How are you?
Salam. Yeah, it's my first day, right? It's actually, it's only a few hours yet. Oh my God, I haven't even checked in yet. Oh man, this is incredible. This is overwhelming being in this country right now. I'm gonna speak a little bit later on, but right now what we're gonna do is, oh, there are carpets there. Look at this place. My God. It's like I've entered a time capsule. Wow. Right, I haven't been vlogging throughout the walk in the bazaar. Just taking it in for myself. But arriving to this section here, in every bazaar I have visited all around the world, there has to be a section with gold in it. For some reason, gold is the thing to go for. My God, it looks good though, as well. And it goes all the way. Like it has, you can't see the end while I'm walking right now. Look how far it goes. Like, really, this is actually far. And I was just joking, do you know where the exit is? And he was like, no, once you enter, you don't exit. That's it. Like, that's it, you're stuck. So we have exited I'm telling you, like, it's like 2 seconds exit from the Grand Bazaar, and we went downstairs. Like, we went to the main street, I swear to God, 2 seconds, exit the bazaar, and then there was like a downstairs area. So we went in downstairs, and we ended up in a place where I thought it's just like a crossing place, like I've experienced in Armenia and Georgia and other countries. You get to see that, but it's not. It's a whole shopping mall underground, and then it gets somewhere. We're not still above. I'm still down, I think, because I've seen earlier, like, there's a huge kind of building, you know, different floors. So I was like, how is that? We went downstairs, and then I'm looking at this, you know. So where's the street gone? I don't know. We're just walking. I'm just following him. It's my first day. Give me a break. Vlogging and overwhelmed by the whole experience, being here for the very first hours, really. And now we're going a bit up. It's full of flowers. He told me, like, it's like a flower market. But of course, among other things as well, there's Christmas decorations you can get. Look, Christmas decorations everywhere. Ah, it's incredible.
Are you okay?
I am fantastic. Very good. Yeah, it's overwhelming being here. I'm taking it all in as I go, vlogging, socializing, and taking everything in. And now we are at a street.
Hello.
Hello. So we are at a street, and it's again, it's very crowded. It's a market as well. Businesses in the street, everybody's selling whatever they can make money off, making their business. It's just, have a look for yourselves. It's incredible. This is Iran. Tabriz, first stop of this journey. And of course I see soldiers, so I take the camera down immediately. They are looking at me. They are looking at me. Soldiers.
Yes.
Yeah. The moment I saw them, I had to take the camera down. I know one thing, actually two things. Vlogging seems okay so far here in the street. Obviously in the borders, near governmental areas, and of course officials in uniforms. the idea is not to put them on front of camera. I get that. I understand that. That's pretty much everywhere in the world, really. It's not just Iran. But here is a little bit more sensitive, especially with the current situation that is happening in the country. And that's the reason why I put the camera immediately down. I might end up doing this a lot in this journey. I'm not gonna stop vlogging 100%. This is a country needs to be documented, and I do not think, for the first impression right now arriving here, I do not really think what we know about Iran is not what we know. This is the real deal. It's a normal country, really. That's all it is. Honestly. Oh, another officials, I gotta put it down. We have been walking for quite some time. In market, out market, back in some other markets, underground, up. It's overwhelming. Everywhere. It's crowded, constantly heavy with people. It's overwhelming to face that amount of crowd in a place that I'm visiting for the very first time. And of course, also coming from Armenia. When I was in Armenia, there are some towns and villages. It's really hard. Like there is no people in my experience there. So not always, of course. Big cities, Yerevan was busy. Of course, it is the capital. But yeah, it's overwhelming being here. This is Iran at its finest. First impression of a country, not even Tabriz. Right, so we are back in the car. And off to not a clue where, we'll see. But meanwhile, I did ask him to, I need money, all right? I don't have Iranian rial. And I asked him to exchange some money for me, and
1 million.
he exchanged. I have this in my hand. This here is
$50.
Well, you've heard of me. I wanted to build up for the $50, but yeah, this is $50 I'm holding in my hand. I mean, like, it doesn't get you really too far here, I can tell you that. You know, I mean, you can buy, obviously you can buy a good amount of things here for $50, but it's not really a lot of money, this what I'm holding. And look at this stack. Look at this, they give it to you like that in the bank, like with, like, this is incredible. This, by the way, alone is $15. This, of course, this is much more because there are bigger bills. Combine them together,
big
all
money.
like this,
Big money.
would be $50 worth of money in my hand. And we are in public, and I'm flashing around like, you know, it's really not a lot of money. I've seen people holding bigger stack than this in the market. I'm not sure how I'm gonna put this in my wallet. It's crazy. I had to vlog this in because it is part of the story, right? This is, after all, first impression of a country. Limitless borders. This is what we do. We cross borders. We talk about the country on a first impression. And it's crazy, man. It's just crazy. Yeah, $50. And look where we are. There's a theme park over there. I can see that wheel and just like different rides. Amazing. And for those who are curious, of course, as well, the name of the park is called Il Guli. Il Guli Park. It's quite large actually on the map, and it does look massive here as well. And as I mentioned, there's also part of it like a theme park. I think we're gonna walk like around, and maybe we're gonna get there in a minute. But the vibe is really surreal. The experience so far since I arrived to the country, it's been amazing. Like it's beyond my expectation, and there are a couple of things that I still in my mind. I know I said I'm gonna speak about them, and I will speak about them as well later on. But you can see the video just keep on going, so I can't do anything about it. I'm traveling, this is what I do. So we climb all those stairs. Oh my god, what a view though. Salam. How are you? Climb from down below, behind those trees. Remember we were walking there, and what a view though. I'm not a big fan of the mist, but to be fair, like, it gives it that extra magic, you know. I don't know, the Iranian magic, I would say. Incredible. Some people here are playing ping pong. Man, that's a decent table for a park. Like, that's incredible. That's amazing. Oh my god, this is beautiful. Are you okay? We climbed those stairs. He's tired.
Thank you very much. I'm okay.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
He's trying to steal money from me.
Yes, yes.
He's trying to steal money from me. I did not ask you for this, brother. You just wanted this. I did not ask you for it. You want all the money. You want all the fucking money. Now you know the money.
Turist gətirmişəm mərz.
Here?
Pulumu vermir.
Is that enough? Is that enough? Fucking how much money do you want? Fucking hell. What an asshole. Absolutely robbed me. He completely robbed me. Oh my god. He stole money from me. He stole money from me. How much is left? How much is that? 1, 2. Hey, look, look, look. This is, how much is this? 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 No, tell me. How much is this? You tell me that's $50. You tell me that's $50. He steal money from me. He steal money from me.
Police comment this.
Oh man. You. I don't want police. You take money. I give you money. I don't want police. I don't want police. Thank you. I've made it to my hostel after a very unfortunate event with the man I spent all day with. He ended up asking for more money. I didn't see it coming. Anyway, I'm here, and yeah, this is my hostel. Oh, it looks cool. Actually, I didn't record from the inside. It's just the incident was a big deal. Oh, this is so cool. Very nice. But I'm definitely tired now, and I need to check in. And yeah, he got so much money out of me. I'm getting a tutorial about the money here in Iran, and my host here in the guest house, he's explaining it to me. Believe it or not, when you arrive to Iran, you need to understand the currency here, okay? And it's very, very interesting. So I'll leave it to him to explain it to us.
My friend, in Iranian's cash, one time in old days in the Persian, the number, everything the Persian.
Yeah, let's put it in English here.
Yes. In the behind.
That's 20,000.
Yes. In the behind, in this corner, in some cash we have number here. In some cash we have number here. In some cash we have number here. But every cash we have a number here, and this number is in real, 20,000 real.
Yes.
It's the normal.
Yes.
In the website and some applications in the internet, all the price in real.
In real, yes. It's official currency, yes.
Another type without 10.
What does that mean?
Without 10, it means toman. It's 2,000 toman.
2,000
toman.
Okay.
Always, for example, when you want to buy something, because Iranian money has more zero, at the passing the time, the people and the government try to miss the zero. Without 10 is toman. 2,000 toman.
Okay.
It's a local 2,000 toman. Maybe in some restaurant, maybe for some shops for the clothes. you see the price in Toman. The people
So
writing, for
people
example-
would write.
Yes, they writing, for example, 2,000 Toman. 2,000 T. With small t, when they put small t, it means Toman.
Okay.
The third type of the conversation that it is important. In this case, we've missed 40.
4 zeros.
40.
Okay.
It's very, very local in the people. For example, when you take a taxi, when you want to, for example, buy something for the gift, want, for example, something that doesn't have a price on it.
Okay.
For example, in every supermarket, every material have a price. Every price is in real.
Okay.
Right, for example, 200,000 real are. But in the local, the people say this is 2. When the people told you 2, without zero, without real, without Toman, it means 2 means 2,000 Toman. Every time you add 1,000 Toman to the end of this number. For example, when they told you 50, when you want, for example, eat something for the sandwich, the people told you 100. 100 means
100 toman.
100,000 Toman.
100,000 toman.
100,000 Toman.
Yeah.
This is the important.
It's a proper tutorial for the currency here. And we need to we need to learn it. We need to know it. It's very, very important. It's the number one thing that we will be using on daily basis wherever I go. Anybody who comes to the country needs to understand this. 3 types. He's gonna go and explain more.
This is the biggest.
Because the
cash.
biggest note, how
Biggest
much is
cash.
that in English?
It means
What's that? 1 million riyal.
1 million.
1 million riyal.
1 million real. How much Toman?
1 million riyal in Toman would be 100,000.
100,000 Toman.
Yeah.
Easy,
Perfect.
and for starting it's very good. It's very good. But I bring it here for you.
I hope that was clear. I think it is a little bit clear for me, and I kind of like researched it a little bit before, but it's by getting used to it outside when we're dealing with people. Anyway, I'm a little bit down with the issue that happened earlier. So I have made it to the hostel, made it to Iran, made it to Tabriz, and made it to the hostel. I'm settled in, and it's been an incredible day regardless. So just to get a kind of recap, alright, border crossing from Armenia into Iran. Crossing the border from Armenia, at entering the border, entering the checkpoint, there's a checkpoint at the first. He looks at my passport, 3 seconds, go in. And I went through customs in terms of only security check. That's it. Then I walk at the very end of the border, just before the duty free. There was where I got my exit stamp. It was a little bit confusing at the beginning because this is usually, it's not happening like in border when you're exiting borders. Anyway, I walked on the bridge and crossing over to the Iranian side. They just look at my passport on entry, and they say yeah, okay, cool, go to the customs. And there was when I arrived, they were having breakfast, so there was nobody in the box for the customs. So what happened is I was waiting for about half an hour, 40 minutes, just sitting there. Nobody's telling me anything. But then he comes out and he says passports, just when I'm sitting on his way to the box. And he goes over and I follow him. He looks at my passport. He asks me for my visa. I give him my visa and it's all smooth. Not even one question. I'm very surprised about it. Myself, I was expecting a whole interview behind it. He didn't even say anything to me. He gave me the stamp. The stamp goes on into the actual piece of paper, which is the visa that you get when you apply for it. And that's it. I walk outside the building, through the gate, and I'm inside the country. Here I am at the border, right? There are a lot of taxis. There's restaurant, shop. There's pretty much everything you need while you're crossing the border, which is actually quite cool. All right. There's also a currency exchange office, but unfortunately it was closed when I was there. And there are a lot of taxi drivers. Now, quick tip: there are taxi drivers waiting for you right at the border through immigration. Once you go through the immigration, they're standing there waiting for you. And you don't have to go with them. You can walk probably about like 200 meters, 300 meters, and you arrive to the exit, and you are right inside Iran officially. And there are more taxi drivers waiting for you there. If you are hoping to get a taxi from there, if you don't have any other way of transportation, highly recommend you to get it from outside. It is definitely better, and it's a little bit cheaper. You can probably save about $5 there, depending on your negotiation. Anyway, I got lucky. Unfortunately, I got lucky, apparently, and I closed the deal with a person. He's not even a taxi driver. What he is a person who's driving his friend over to the border to go to Armenia, and he's gonna drive back to Tabriz. That's where he's from. The guy that you met in the whole video. And he heard me, like, talking to other taxi drivers, and I started talking to him, and one conversation led to another. He said, I'll drive you. Like, I said to him, like, will you drive me? And I was like, how much and all that? And I was like, how much do you want? Like, he said to me. I said, $20 and I'll go with you. So we agreed on $20. Everything was smooth. And we were smiling, laughing. The whole journey was perfect. There wasn't any problems. And we arrived to Tabriz, and eventually, right here, he dropped me off exactly where I wanted, and the journey is finished. And the moment I opened the door, he told me, just the moment I opened the door, he asked me, do you want to come back to my house, for food, for lunch? And there is something called ta'aruf here in Iran, something that you really need to know about. The Iranians are very famous with their generosity and hospitality, and because you are a guest in their country, they feel like they are obliged to, be friendly and kind to you and invite you to their home. But you have to understand, not everybody means it when they're inviting you. And I am already aware of that word and that meaning of that culture. So I break it down immediately, and I said to him, ta'aruf, like, it's not just only for ta'aruf, because when I said that to him, he understood that you're not just saying that just because, you want me to come back, just because it's part of the culture. I'm not interested in that. If you really want to meet me, invite me to your house. It's okay. And you're going to hear me saying this a lot in this journey. A lot. I'm not going to let locals feel like they're obliged to host me in their places. I'm not interested in that anyway. So he said to me, no. And to be fair, that's what I felt. We got back to the apartment, his house, and, well, not back. We went to the apartment, to his house, and met his family, had lunch, everything was good. We left. Now, in my mind, we got in the car, and all what I'm thinking is we're coming back to the same point. That's it, like, the day is over. But because we had really good time, and I spent a really good time with his son, and, with him and with his family, and I thought like we were becoming like connecting and we were becoming friends. So he took me over to the bazaar. As you saw, we went to the bazaar, we had a fun, we had a chick walking around, telling me a few things about it. I thought it's just like, a local enjoying the company of a new person in the country. He knows that it's my first day, it's literally a few hours in. And I thought this is what he's trying to do as well, in my mind. This is the whole idea behind what's happening. I thought becoming friends, okay? I thought this is like part of it. And you've got to understand, I am coming into the country with the mentality, because I met a lot of travelers and I've heard a lot about the people here are a little bit different than a lot of other countries. The kindness, the hospitality of the Iranians and the generosity is far from anybody's imagination. And this is what I thought I was witnessing. Eventually we finished the day, and he drops me back exactly where I wanted to be. And I gave him the money. I gave him the $20. And unfortunately he asked for more, but he kind of knew that I had more as well on me, and he just wanted more any way possible. And one conversation led to another. There was no way I was gonna give it to him. And I left the car, and he chased me, and you can see some of the footage that I'm sharing as well. I wasn't really even wanted to talk about this, but it is part of the story that happened to me, and I want to document that. And it kind of put me down a little bit throughout this journey. You know, at the very end of it, the whole day was incredible. Just the very end of it was a little bit of daunting. Anyway, we're gonna move past this story. I'm not really too concerned about it too much. I've lost a bit of extra bucks, but I need to move on with it. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Things happen while traveling, and you'll deal with people like this. That was a sneaky move by him, to be fair. Anyway, I am here. I made it. And one final thing, because some of you are actually watching this for educational purposes. To obtain the visa, so the way how I obtained the visa, I used an agency. Do not use the government website. You will be rejected immediately, or they'll send you off to like an appointment of an interview months before. Don't use it. Just use an agency. I used an agency called Tabriz. Yeah, just use them. I use them. They're actually great, very friendly. They use WhatsApp as well. And easy. Pay the fee. Is like about 30 euros fee, and it's done. It's too easy, you know. Fill out the form and they just do everything for you. It's kind of worth it. I'm not a big fan of using agencies, but again, this is Iran, so everything is different in this country. I mean, you've seen the currency, everything. Everything is different here. Yeah, this is it. I don't know what else to say. I think I covered it all, didn't I? Anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. With that being said, if you made it this far, thank you all for watching. Please do consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed already. Give the video a thumbs up, helps with the algorithms, and as always, see you on the next one.